Okay, guys, welcome back to Blue Rose Main Street. Oh, Lena, just the person I was looking for. What is this? You look happy. Well, I was going to ask you, have you thought of what to wear? Huh? What to wear? What do you mean? The festival, of course. You need to look good. Well, I'll just wear my uniform. It's not like I have much else. I thought as much. Well, don't worry too much about that. I could fix you a dress. A dress? Yeah, you look like it could fit into one of my sister's old dresses. With some modifications, we can make them really special for you to wear. Honestly, you don't need to. I don't have to wear a dress. What are you talking about? It's a festival. You have to make something special out of yourself. Aaron definitely takes this seriously, but a dress? I think back on a few festivals I've seen a few years back. When I was on guard during that night, I remember seeing the young city girls dressed up and parade through the streets with flowers in their hair. They had all looked so happy while the boys were staring after them. No, really, it's not necessary. I'm fine. You sure are boring. Come on, enjoy it. You don't have to be serious all the time. Suddenly, Aaron steps forward and grabs me around the waist. Her sneak attack takes me by complete surprise, and I don't manage to defend myself before it's too late. But what? Yes, I did say you're very close to my sister's size. She lets me go. Just where was she looking when not saying that? I should be able to put something together with this. Yes, I have a good idea now. Hey, what are you thinking about? I take a step back to guard myself against the further attacks. Aaron bears a frightening expression. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Alright, just leave it to me. I'll take care of your preparations, your festival attire. No worries. I have to go. See you. Unless she heads off, leaving me in the middle of the street dumbfounded. That girl could be my biggest natural threat. Day 10. We only have one choice to the end. Okay. I wonder how much longer it would take before the chief is back. These trips usually take him 1 month or 2 months. He may not be back for a while yet. Yes, but I'm getting worried now that he's gone. You should know what's going on here. I enter the end in the middle of the conversation. Aaron looks up and smiles hospitably as she sees me. Now, come on in. Can I get you anything? No, it's okay. Don't be shy. I just tried out something new today. I want you to try it. Well, I am just a little hungry. I guess it wouldn't hurt to get something to eat. Aaron disappears into the back and returns a moment later with 2 small platters. She looks like she's been baking this time. They're pies. Here, Tobias, I brought you a piece for you too. Oh no, that's not necessary. Come on, I want you to try it. Tobias reluctantly accepts this plate. It tells me that he generally has a hard time rejecting Aaron. She's always so straightforward. I also take my plate, a small spoon. Aaron watches us expectantly as we taste our new creation. What do you think? It's really good. You really think so? Great. What about That's great. What about you, Tobias? It's nice. Nice? What kind of answer is that? Try harder. Tobias sighs, a look of annoyance spreading on his face. It obviously is in his favorite pastime. I can't imagine him as one to loosely spread compliments on those around him. It's fine, you can keep this. Well, I guess that's good too. I always try to come up with new recipes for him, you see. It'll be a really nice place with lots of special things like this. She really glows when talking about this place. I guess she truly loves these kind of things. The door opens again. Another guest interest in. Hey, it's Carter today, huh? You're just saying that to make fun of me, aren't you? She suddenly pouts as Gavin cheerfully approaches us. No, wait. What are you eating? Can I have some of that too? No, what they have is all that's left. Shit, you'll share it with me, Tobias, won't you? Gavin nudges the already annoyed Tobias while grinning. Tobias remains silent, trying to ignore the intruder. No, he won't. He's not done tasting it yet. Tobias furrows his brows with a deep sigh. I'm done. Bye. With that, he leaves the inn behind. Aaron calls out to him to stop, but it's too late. What a spoiled sport. Him or me? I'll let you figure that out by yourself. Let's go to the main street. Once again, I spot Simon on the street just ahead of the inn. Good day. Hello, Lena. How are you feeling? I'm fine. The wounds haven't been troubling me for a while now. That's good to hear. It's important that Simon, did you find the bucket yet? We need it. Aaron finally burst through the open door to the inn and interrupted in her conversation. In an awkward moment, Simon's air of authority is blown away by the gentle summer breeze. Excuse me. Alright, I'll see you later. He turns around and leaves a small shed next to it, the inn. How typical. Simon is much too nice to refuse to help them. I wonder, could it be that he's actually having a hard time living with Mary and Aaron? I shake my head, erasing the ominous picture in my mind of the surrounding devil-horned sisters as they loom over their prey. Of course not. I'm just imagining things. Cottage. Alright. Tobias has prepared a simple soup for dinner. It's quiet as usual. I don't know what to say. It doesn't seem like Tobias wants to talk about anything anyway. He places our bowls over the table and sits down to eat. Oh, what is it? I think I forgot to use salt. The salt is up here, right? I get it, head towards the shelf. I can see a small jar on top of the shelf. That should be it. No, I'll get it. It's alright. You're injured. Sit down. He tells me off in his demanding tone, which only annoys me even more. I'm not the helpless anymore. I can do it. I stubbornly reach for the salt jar while Toby interrupts and tries to push me away. I saw our feet get tangled up in our stupid little struggle and I lose my balance. Ah, look out. Thump. I land hard on my back and pain shoots through my ribcage. I even see stars for a short moment. Oh, something heavy is on top of me. Oh my. I open my eyes and Tobias and I find ourselves staring at each other in the face. Did he fall too? Tobias just lies there staring down at me with a blank expression as if paralyzed. He's like that for a few moments without saying a word. Tobias? Yes? He stares and blinks in confusion as if he just woke up. Would you mind getting off me? His eyes wider as he realizes our position. Yeah, of course. He hurries up and extends a hand to help me up. I just wanted to catch you before you fell. I guess it didn't really work out. I take his hand and get back on my feet. Great, my wound still throbs a little, but at least it doesn't seem like I took any real damage. It should be fine. Tobias quickly reaches out and takes the jar down and then returns to the dinner table. I get back and take my seat. I can't help but steal a glance towards Tobias. He doesn't look at me at all. Actually, it looks like he's trying to deny my presence completely now. Instead about this introverted behavior here seems different than usual. Open my mouth to say something when Tobias suddenly gets up from his chair. I'm done. I have something to take care of anyway, so later. His gaze still averted. He grabs his equipment and leaves the house before I can say a word. Alright then. Having looked at his plate, he only ate half his dinner, as usual. He usually always cleans up after himself before I go anywhere. That is, unless we get into a fight. Was he angry? I don't think so. Oh well. With a sigh, I finished my own meal and continued to clean up after both of us. Day 11. A murmur of inhuman voices are floating out at the edge of my conscience. Among the compressed noise, one stands out above the rest. A deep, mysterious voice that sounds neither male nor female. It's your own fault. A menacing voice, although I feel that it is not directed towards me, like an intercepting a message. I can hear these thoughts that they are not meant for my ears. It is because you chose to do nothing. The girl meant disaster. You are just reaping the results of your own weakness. I slap my eyes open, jolt up in bed. Sun is rising outside, so there's already light seeping into my room. Something that completely different and peaceful compared to the deep darkness that was only moments earlier. What? What was that? My eyes are trying to make sense of the dream I just had. It creeps me out, and yet there was something familiar about it. What was it? Something definitely unpleasant. I shivered and shook it off. Even though it's early, I decided to get up and look out the window. Blue sky with only a hint of clouds. The birds are singing cheerfully. Today is a festival. It's as if we weather knew that today was going to be special. Huh? Erin is probably already up and working. She has been so excited for this day, but somehow I can still only think about what is hiding in those mountains and what challenges might come. It's not over yet. I just know it. Maybe I should talk to Simon and prepare some kind of countermeasure. We finished all the soldiers. The only one accounted for is Adele, since Tobias couldn't find her body, but it is unlikely that she would pose much of a threat after what happened. She could hardly have survived those wounds in the fall to begin with. That's what he said, since he had felt the disturbance as well. He had agreed that it would be best to keep our guard up, but also pointing out that the danger was minimal. We'll stay here for a few more days to make sure the area is safe and that no more Hellenians cross the border. Well, that took me by surprise. Chances are that we have finished what we stayed here to do, so it's only logical that he is already planning our departure. Somehow I didn't expect it to come so soon. I couldn't help but feel it's too early, that we can't leave already. There must still be things to take care of. There has to be something. What are you thinking, Lena? I signed it from bed. If there were no dangers left to be dealt with, that would only be a good thing, wouldn't it? There's no soldiers in a place of peace. I shake my head to push away the sudden gloom in my mind. It's a new day. Guess we can go to the outskirts. It's outside town by an old tree that I see something unexpected. It's Simon. He's sitting up against a trunk, jacket over his shoulder and eyes closed. Is he sleeping? By a sudden urge, I kneel down, taking a closer look at his face while making sure not to disturb him. It looks like he really is. He looks so peaceful this way, so different from his usual professional mask. I realize I have faint smiles on my lips, and my cheeks heat up in embarrassment. I shouldn't wake him up. I quietly pull back and am about to stand when I suddenly feel something holding onto my cape. It's okay, you don't have to leave. He finally opens his eyes and looks at me, seemingly not fully awake yet. Oh, I thought you were sleeping. Did you see what I was doing just now? Maybe not. I hope not. I might have drowsed off for a moment. I sit down next to him. There is a gentle breeze rustling through the sunlit leaves, and now I can hear birds singing. This is a really nice spot away from the liveliness of the town. Why are you all the way out here? Those two were working on something for the festival. I felt like getting out of the way. By those two, he means he must have been the sisters at the inn. Who knows, just thinking of what ideas they could have come up with. It might have been a very good idea for Simon to get out in time. I wonder what staying there with them is like. I imagine Simon doesn't spend much time in or near his room. But suddenly I feel I am curious to see how he passes the time with the sisters. I bet they're being very nosy these days. You could say that. He makes a deep sigh and closes his eyes again. I fall silent as well and look up at the blue sky through the roof of leaves above. The festival, huh? It's supposed to be celebrating our victory, but are we really alright? What about the uneasy feeling in my heart? I lean back like Simon and close my eyes, chasing away this uncertainty. I can't ask him now while he is looking like this, and I can't destroy this moment of peace. It's not like he wouldn't have thought of these things himself anyway. I'm happy you're here too. Oh my. Look at him in surprise, but this expression hasn't changed. I'm happy you're here too. Those are my thoughts as well, but hearing him say them is unexpected. It must be because he's already half asleep. A sound of steady breathing reaches my ears, telling me that he drowsed off again. I sit in silence, pondering his words. Yes, being caught up here without any comrades, facing these problems all on one's own, it would have been a daunting task, maybe even to him. Still, his system makes me a little happy. A smile returns to his lips when I bask in the calm of this place. Sleep well. All the townspeople have joined in preparing for the festival. Neighbors are happily chatting with each other and laughing at jokes. Baker is preparing her stall with freshly made bread and cakes, some of them in imaginative shapes and colors. On the other side of the road, someone's busy hanging more homemade paper lanterns on his roof. Not all the decorations look expensive or professional, as they are made of whatever the creator had on hand, but the streets already looked festive and happy. I feel myself sneaking a smile when looking at how their hard work is paying off, and I didn't even do anything. That's not true. Before I know it, Aaron has walked up beside me and walking in preparations. It's because of you guys that we were doing this in the first place, remember? We could have ended up in serious trouble if those soldiers had found our home. I wonder we may have stopped the immediate disaster. But what will happen when Simon and I return home? Will we be able to avoid having even more soldiers coming up here after that incident? I'm not even sure this place is that safe at present. So who are you bringing to the dance? Aaron smiled mischievously. What? Is that your answer to the question? What? Why would I bring anyone? She stares at me in the face. Her expression has changed to that of annoyance and disappointment. Are you serious? You're not going together with anyone? I was certain he would go with Simon. I tell myself not to get any ideas for my questions, and yet I can't help but blush. Of course not. I mean, I wouldn't dance with him. He's a superior officer. I'm amazed. I didn't think you were that stubborn. You two definitely looked like you were closer than that. I sighed. This conversation is turning bad. About Tobias. You should know each other well by now. Or maybe that guy Gavin? That guy? He'll feel a little sorry for Gavin. It seems the two of them are getting along well. And Tobias is only for trouble. No way. I don't remember you having a partner either. Why don't you ask Gavin? He seems to like you as well. Well, I had someone installed to take care of. No time for that for me. I have to do it since my sister is taking part in the dance. I don't have to go with anyone really. Really? She looks dissatisfied by my answer and watches me closely, as I can almost see in her eyes how she imagines all sorts of couplings with me. Come on. Then her expression suddenly changes again. Have you ever attended a festival before? I bet they have many of them in the big cities. Oh yes, well, not really. I've seen them though while on guard duty. I was escorting one of the guests. Escort must have been something terribly important, huh? Or someone, I don't know. We'll put that aside. That means this will be your first festival after all. Did that just make her even happier? Can't help but sigh at her enthusiasm. Then I will have to do it. Do what? I'll take you. I'll show you how to have fun. Maybe I can even find someone to hook you up with along the way. Didn't you have a stand to take care of? Ah, you're right. Now it's her turn to sign disappointment. What a shame. I wish I could ask Mary to do it, but she already has a date. I really wanted to do it too. Do what? Have a date or show me around? Oh, this girl gives me a headache sometimes. I fear I wouldn't even have the energy to follow her around during the festival. It sounds like a battle on its own. Still, her enthusiasm and effort makes me smile to myself. She deserves to enjoy this. I'm gonna stop by the inn right before night break. I have something for you. I can imagine what that something is, as her command makes me feel uneasy again. But Erin has already left me behind, waving back at me as she hurries to the inn. Only a few hours left, huh? Night is falling. Even though the last rays of the summer sun are still lighting up the sky from the other side of the mountain, some of the paper lanterns are already getting lit as the festival spirit spreads through the town. This is it. This is its first real festival since they settled here, and everyone is excited. Inviting aromas are spreading from food stalls, and kids are running through the main street, waving their colorful paper mills. Somewhere further down, I even hear some of the townspeople warming up their instruments. It's that kind of moment where you could just slowly wander down the streets, taking in the view of the Savior and atmosphere. But I'm not that lucky. Lena, over here. Everyone's calling me from the entrance to take to her in. I deep side and approach her. She takes me inside where I see her sister looking over the details of some of the snacks prepared for her by the party. Their plates are lined up on the long dinner table by the bar's desk. Oh, hello, Lena. Are you about ready to get ready for tonight? Well, don't worry. You're going to look just wonderful. The dress so she was into as well. Mary helped me finish the dress. She's much better at sewing than me. That's not true. You made great progress, Aaron. Yeah, well, shows it's nice no matter what. Come on, Lena, it's up here. Aaron guides me up the stairs into a small room in the one where Simon sleeps. I sneak a look at his door. I'm suddenly embarrassed that he could be aware of what Aaron and his sister have been doing here. Maybe he even saw the dress. Please let that be the case. I mutter this under my breath, almost like a small prayer. How come one that thought alone is so much scarier than taking on 20 enemy soldiers single-handedly? I am dragged into a small chamber, and Aaron closes the door behind us. There it is. What do you think? The dress was wrapped over a hanger, illuminated by the last rays of sunlight coming through the window. I searched at a familiar sight. The situation is too alien to me. I can't wear that. Anyone to say anything, I just stand there desperately trying to find an excuse for leaving the dress behind. At the same time, I'm afraid of hurrying Aaron, who put so much work into this. Come on, try it on. I'm pretty sure it fits. You'll look great. There's nothing I can do. This battle was already lost from the start. When we leave the inn, it's already grown much darker. Even more lanterns are lit, and the main street is even livelier. The table is set up outside the inn is now occupied by a few of the townspeople, and Aaron's sister is busy bringing out the food and snacks to their stall. Oh my, you really are quite a sight, Lena. Thank you. You really did a good job on the dress. Don't give us all the credit. Half the beauty of the dress is dependent on the one who carries it. Well, I better not leave the customers for too long. You both have fun. We will. I'll be back to switch places with you later. Don't worry too much about that, Mary. I'll be fine. Just take the time you need. Mary smiles thankfully at her sister, and we leave Anne behind. Anne quickly turns to take orders from the customers. Simon and Tobias are standing by another stall close by, observing the happy townspeople passing them on by the street. The stall behind them is smiling small. Colorful people are fans of Mills. Simon, what an unusual sight. Simon smiles as we approach them. She looks lovely, doesn't she? I'm sure she'll be popular tonight. I decided to ignore Mary's chatter and try to act like nothing. I mean, Simon seeming like it's so awkward. So having fun? The town looks very lovely. Everyone has been working hard, I guess. Tobias looks in a displeased manner. He looks uncomfortable in the middle of all this excitement. You don't sound very excited. I still think it's a unnecessary waste of time and resources. Oh, you think? Holding a party at this place is no safer than it was before. People acting like our problems aren't there anymore. Murray just smiles warmly at Tobias as he listens to his complaints. Is that so bad? Having fun for just one night? Pretending for just a little while that everything will be alright? I'm sure the chief wouldn't have a projected against something so beautiful. Is it true that people need a break from time to time where they can forget their problems is a good thing? Tobias is saying answer, but still looks annoyed. Mary shifts her words and make him avert his eyes, cheeks flushing slightly. Even so, he is here. That alone, I take his son that he can't be completely against all this. See, forget all that for tonight and have fun. My date hasn't arrived yet, so why don't you come with me for the first dance? Huh? What? Huh? I don't know. I'm not interested. I better date Gavin. Come on, it'll be fun. Her face lights up like a gentle, warm sun as she takes Tobias by the arm. She seems so perfect. Tobias is dragged along helplessly, and I can't help but smile a little. At the corner of my eye, I see Simon looking after them as well. His expression distant and serious as if something is bothering him. Sir, is something wrong? He looks up and smiles. How unreal to hear you address me in such a wild way while looking at it like that. My cheeks heat up in embarrassment and look away. Don't say that. I'm afraid you won't be able to look at me the same anymore. Yes, I'm afraid so as well. Is he joking? I wish you would stop that and let us talk like we always do. This is so awkward. But no, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. If you say so. There's a pause where none of us say anything. I look around the spot and Erin by the table is lined up outside the inn. She's surveying some of the townspeople sitting there. She noticed me and stretches out her arm waving. What is it? Oh, it's Erin. We walk to her table just as Erin is on her way back from serving customers. Hello, Lena. Simon. Oh, that just really does really look good on you. It's perfect for this occasion. Ugh, I wish you would stop pointing it out, especially when Simon is here. I'll try to change the topic. How is business tonight? Can you handle it on your own? It's going really well. People are enjoying the food so far. I'm afraid we'll run out soon without Mary, though. Erin glances towards the sound of the band. I follow her gaze and catch a glimpse of Mary dancing with her date. They look like they're having fun. Do you want to dance with someone too? Uh-huh. Oh, not at all. She waves her hand and out my question. Well, I better get back to work. What about you two? Want to taste our menu? She makes a gesture towards the table where several customers are already seated. Talk about listening to the music. Ah, sorry, maybe later. Simon stretches his chin apologetically. Don't hold yourselves back, though. Excuse me. I guess he's so uncomfortable mingling too much with the inhabitants here. He makes a short bow and turns around to leave. His last courteous smile is directed at me, and I can't help but quickly look away. Once again, self-conscious about how I look tonight. That's when I notice the stars and several other male guests around me. Oh shoot, I really don't feel like dealing with this tonight. I wouldn't even know how to properly turn them down. Then I noticed something else. It's only for a moment, but I think I saw Tobias on the other side of the street, disappearing into an alley on his own. Follow Tobias. Where is he going? Mary must have let him go. Maybe because she just met the one she was waiting for. Use this as an excuse to escape and handcuff the situation. I decided to follow him. Where I reached the alley, he is already gone. On the other side is an open land up towards the forest. There was a shadow movement among the trees. Was it him? I was sitting up the hill, and between the trees, the sound from the festival and sound degrees to a low murmur, and soon it is almost entirely inaudible as the sound of the dark forest descends on me. Like everything else in the forest seems so different at night. Nearby is the sound of chirping nocturnal insects, and further away the howling of an owl, and yet there's no sense of danger. It's a peaceful night. Soon I see him. Tobias is getting on the trunk of a broken, turned over tree, staring into the dark between the foliage above. A few fireflies are flirting about here, giving off a cool greenish glow to the scene. I haven't seen that kind of firefly before. Maybe another part of this is not in special inhabitants. This image is really good, guys. Anyways, as Tobias hears me, approaches, turns his head, and stares at me with a shocked expression. Obviously, he didn't expect there wasn't anyone here. Elena? So this is where you were. What were you doing all the way out here? I don't know, that dress is kind of ugly. I joined him, watching the slow dance of the fireflies. He looks away, trying to avoid looking at my face. I just like it better here. I see. Silence is not like two of us have ever been good at leading conversations, but there is something even more awkward about the air between us tonight. I remember the day of the mission that we parted ways after returning to the village. That day I hadn't thought much about what I said to him, but what had happened, it really bothered him, didn't it? I gave him a sideways glance. He ignored me as usual, just watches the flooding lights with a distant, broadening expression as hangs in the air between us like a silent ghost. You didn't kill anyone. What? That day when you fired your arrow towards the soldier attacked me. You didn't kill her. I did. Oh, that. And how am I supposed to respond to that? I finally considered giving up, but then he speaks up again. My older brother. He was a soldier. He says this while lazily reaching out towards one of the fireflies that drifted close. It was 3 years ago. He left us saying that he would protect our family and do the right thing. I still remember his smile as he told me to leave it to him, that he would make sure that things were over before I had to go as well. But then the year after he was killed, I heard about the battle later. It was a stupid fight over some area that didn't even matter in the long run. That place was already lost, but they insisted that every last soldier stay behind and fight anyway. Kneeling his brows in annoyance, he waved his hand and shooed the insect away. It was pointless. There was another draft after that, and I was expected to join the army myself. My parents wanted me to as well, expected me to go out there and be a hero like my brother had been, so I ran away. I'm sorry. Don't be. You're not the one who killed them, or among those who left them behind. So what about your parents? Will they be alright? Of course they will. They live deep in the mainland, far away from the fighting at the border. Nothing is being protected apart from their own stupid sense of humor. Wait. Or honor. I don't know what it said. I guess that explains why you hate the soldiers so much. I just dislike your attitude. Acting like you're doing it all for the greater cause, when in the end, you end up missing what is really important. In his case, it would have been for his brother to stay alive. I fall silent and think about what Tobias has told me. Stories like this, like his, are not uncommon. That's just how it is. A reason like that could never satisfy those it's happening to. So you came here? I ran for the forest not knowing exactly where to go. After a while of endless wandering about, the chief found me there on his travels and brought me with him to this new town of his. So in the end, Tobias is a deserter. At least it would be in the eyes of the lieutenant's military. Do you regret it? Not being able to turn back, I mean. There's no reason to. My parents didn't care, and my brother is gone. They love my decision and would rather see me die in a pointless fight like he did, and then return like this. That way I'd be another trophy for them to brag about to their friends. He died first in our country, like his brave brother did. Isn't that great? He snorts in derision. But that is why they are saying right now, no one wants to be part of this. No one wants to be the parent of a coward. This is a place that isn't much of a home as any, and one I am far more willing to fight for it, but he knits his eyebrows again, looking troubled as he remembered his recent attempt at doing so. I guess your brother ran into some bad luck. Bad luck? What do you know about that? He was just an ordinary soldier. You high and mighty Templars would have never been abandoned that way, and your lives would have never been risked in order to save someone like him. Do you really hate me that much? What? even though his temper is just flaring. It looks like this question brought him out of balance. Look, in between the dark branches of the trees, above a few patches of the starry summer sky is still visible. You will never be able to accept me for what I am, will you? A Templar, a knight that in the end wasn't there when she was needed. By you, by your brother. But that's alright, I never expected you to. This place, it is so different from where I come from. Everything I thought I knew. Just like you, I don't want it to disappear. This is all I know right now in my heart, and this is, and that's why I fight. It will probably be the same way with your brother. So it's fine if we don't want to fight and we're discarding and killing other people. Let us do our job and dirty your hands and your steed. There you go again. What? Like before, leave it to us. Sit aside if you can't take it. That's not what I meant. Don't you understand? I don't want to fight others for me anymore. I don't want to leave it to others. You remember, don't you? You almost died because I couldn't do anything. You're shivering with anger, and for a moment, I don't know what to say. In the end, I'm actually trying to smile and brush it off with a small joke. But then I would have been out of the way, wouldn't I? As if I pushed a button with those words, Tobias suddenly lurches forward towards me, grabs my wrist. His eyes are flaring as he looks at me. Don't just joke around this. I freeze on the spot. It's not like I can easily move away since he's putting a lot of strength into his hold on my wrist. Do you think you wouldn't? Why am I reading this bad? Do you think it wouldn't have mattered if he had been killed because I just let things be? It's not a joke when people die. He is so serious it's almost scary, as at the same time I am a little confused. I never thought he would be such a big fan of what I did. I believe his pride had been hurt by what I had said to him. That the severity of the situation had surprised him, and yet there's in his words tonight I sense something else. I can't let you die. What are you saying? His dark eyes are staring directly into mine, and in them I see both conflicting feelings and burning determination at the same time. It makes my heart stand still for a moment. He finally looks to cool down a little and lets go of me before he jumps down from the trunk. You said it's over, but you don't really believe it is, do you? No. Alright then, I'll fight this time. I won't let you down. I won't let you try to throw your life away one more time. Tobias. He turns around and faces me once again, surrounded by the phosphorus green light of the fireflies. Maybe it's the place and lighting, or maybe it's the way I see him just changed. But somehow he seems like a completely different person than usual as he watches me. I nod slowly. Okay, I need a drink. My throat burns. Much better. Yes, don't worry. I won't abandon this place to its fate. You get on my knees and stand before him with a solution of my own. I won't leave until I feel certain that it is safe. I'll fight with you. Tobias watches me silently, and then he just nods as well. The forest is quiet. Somewhere below the festival is going, and the inhabitants of that little town are dancing and having fun, but up here there are only two of us, as if we had been isolated in our own little world. A precious place with a precious promise. There is no longer any doubt about what I need to do. Day 12. Okay guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. The game should be over within the next video, so I will see you guys next time.